A little digression here, talking about platforms and IoT. It is very difficult not to talk about security. If you do a search on Google on IoT, you probably get 700 million hits or so. And if you do a search on IoT security, you'll probably end up with 350 million hits. So security and IoT, I think, go hand in hand. And it's not IoT, but also other connected devices, automotive, homes, smart homes, whatnot. And if you think about it, the root cause for security issues is essentially software, right? Software that is not protected, that is not signed, that is freely available. A lot of software is open source. People understand it, and so it becomes very easily hackable. So very quickly, the solution to security gets down to having trusted hardware. You need to be able to have your keys in hardware. You need to be able to boot up software in a trusted fashion, right? Secure boot. So I think that's pretty much the industry is heading there, and we do that too. But what becomes more interesting is that current solutions look at security in a fairly simple fashion. They talk about non-secure apps and secure apps, right? Two zones. So is that good enough? We think not. Because I think, again, in one of the panel discussions today on ADAS, there was a discussion about having multiple cores on a SoC, multiple applications running, not just multiple applications, you're talking about multiple operating systems running on the same platform, and they need to be actually isolated, right? Each needs to look as if it's an independent processing environment, which means you need to have secure virtualization, hardware virtualization that's built in. And so that's one aspect. And the other one is it's supposed to be multi-domain, because I think the world is scaling up in terms of number of apps. So you probably need to have multiple domains, secure domains, in a framework. So we've invested quite heavily in coming up with a scalable security framework for our platforms. And our security is not just running on the CPUs. It runs on the CPUs, the graphics cores, our RPUs, and probably any other programmable blocks that come up in the future, because you need to secure everything that's on the chip, along with a virtualization, hardware virtualization layer. Now, when you talk about platforms and security, and the key theme is that you want to bring in IP from customers, that they want to innovate and modify. The security framework also needs to expand, reach out into the other blocks that are available. So we think we need to go into a open kind of a framework. We need to develop open standards around this. And so we are pushing the entire concept through what is called as a Purple Foundation, and we have it called Purple for obvious reasons. And this allows third parties and other members of a consortium to actually come in and implement the same security standards in the IP that they bring into the equation. And the consortium has the likes of Broadcom and Qualcomm who are working with us on this. So segueing back into IoT, so we talked about platforms, talked about security. The other concept that I want to touch upon is, there are lots of ideas. People want to quickly try out new IoT concepts, new IoT frameworks, applications, with the comfort that they can actually take their platforms into medium volume and higher volumes, right? So what we've done is we've taken our existing blocks of IP and created chips, and we've actually put it on platforms called Creator, and that is actually available for people to use today, and very quickly, a few days, in a couple of weeks, actually get an IoT application up and running. So these kits actually support tens of sensors. They support all the major wireless standards. And as an example, you can see that we can support smart home applications, or you can support agriculture kind of scenarios, or healthcare scenarios. We have all of the sensors needed. And the marketing language for that is IoT in a box. So people can actually take these kits develop their thing, prove the concept, maybe get their funding, and now say, we want to optimize this. So we can actually help them take the SOCs with standard platforms. They can bring in their differentiation, get to medium volume, and then finally take it to whatever high volumes they need by totally optimizing the platforms. So that essentially is the crux of what I wanted to talk about. I think we are at a stage that the costs of doing SOC platforms is becoming exorbitant. There is a huge demand in being able to bring solutions to the market quickly, especially because of IoT. And I think there is the platform solution, platform approach provides a very unique way of solving this paradox, being able to get products out quickly without too much investment or spending too much time on it. So with that, I want to conclude my talk. And I think I have 5 minutes left, so I'm willing to take a few questions.